morning. This is Mema, and today's another day. I went out and fed the birds this morning. It was a little nippy. You know, it's 50 degrees. I don't think 50 degrees should be nippy. Now, 19, 20, 30 degrees, that should be nippy. I just go pull out this old sweater again. I said, oh man, this is cold. Then I had to slip on my house slippers. And, oh my. Anyway, that's the way life is. Yes, we just take it one day at a time. Hoping you're doing well today. I'm going to try to slow down my speech a little bit so I make sure I get all my words in there. Well, I know it's Tuesday, and usually I go with my sister to her infusion. She's having 2 of them today, and her son is here. So, and my feet are swollen today. So I decided, if I sit too much longer in the car or something, I don't know. I just thought it would be good if I stayed at home and deal with everything and have her go on with her little happy life. Her son's just working away over there on her kitchen. I love her island. She had an island put in. Her home had one of those like partitions between the den and the kitchen, but it was like halfway. It had a bar up there, but it had a hanging cabinets above it. Well, she got rid of all that and put a island in. Huge island, almost as big as my living room, but not quite that big. And it looks totally awesome. Totally awesome. She even ordered her a gas range. I know that's going to look great in there. But anyway, they're busy doing that, and I'm here with you again today. I usually don't make a video every day, but lately I have, because it just makes me feel better. I don't know why it makes me feel better, but after I've seen all these other folks, YouTubers and crocheters busy, and I feel like I know them, and so I feel like I'm part of a group, and I gotta get out there and say something. And tomorrow I'll read some. If I have any comments tomorrow, I'll read those tomorrow morning. But today, of course, I'm still working on this yellow thing. And I'm going to get how many skeins I have and see if y'all can guess how big it's going to end up. Because I don't know. Some of the skeins are not completely full, But anyway, I was looking at my collection of labels today. These are labels off my yarns. I really don't read them like maybe I should. I've got some from 1980s, 74, no, 80s. I don't think I have any from 74, no. I was reading what's on these skein labels, and they didn't put different things, like this particular label here from Red Heart. Do you see something different than you usually see today? Do you see it? Let me show you another one. See if you see what I'm talking about. Now these are all Red Heart, so I pulled them out. This is, now if I can get my fingers to work in here, I thought I had them all out for you. No, that's not Red Heart. But anyway, here's one. Is Premier Yarns. And the information that's on it. You see? Then I got Chiron yarn. And this is what's on it. Now, you looked at those. We got three different brands. I don't have line brand label on top here. I don't think I do. Maybe I do. Maybe it's in here. Now, I know you guys are so much smarter than me that you've read all these labels. And you know what they're going to say and what kind of information you use. Like, you know, how many skeins, how many stitches with a certain hook. And it recommends for the special kind of, or the thread or yarn that you're using. It also tells you how to wash and dry your yarn. And if there's not information here on exactly what's in your yarn, like this is totally acrylic according to this. And 100% acrylic, machine wash and dry. This is a Red Heart, I think. Anyway, and then it also says, you know, what weight yarn. We all know that's what's going to be on there. We know that the size knitting needle or the size crochet hook and all these centimeters for 4 and 4 square, so you can get your gauge like you want, or you can change your gauge. I find I just change my hook until I get what I want. But it's good to have a guideline on this. And when you start out, you need a guideline. And even when you've been doing it a long time, sometimes we still need a guideline. I do. You never know what day it is. You know what? Let me see. Can I figure it out? I don't think so. Let me see what they say. It's just life, you know. Don't worry about the small stuff. Just do it. Oh my. I have a friend of mine, and she's always, every time I talk to her, it's just Susie down in Florida, and she says, I'm going to take up crocheting. Every time I see one of your videos, I want to take up crocheting. I said, well, just do it. Just go get you some yarn. She said, well, I'll just go get me a hook and some yarn. And so every time she goes shopping, she says, well, I saw that yarn. I did. I saw it. But I don't know why I didn't buy it. Well, sometimes it's just like what Nike always said, just do it. But evidently, you know, not everybody's cut out to crochet. You know, and it's a lot different than knitting. You know, knitting is, I don't know, it's something about knitting and crocheting. There's different way you deal with your yarn, or it is for me, but I'm not going to go there. But we'll go on to this. I don't want to get away from my labels here. But it tells you what temperature, you know, it's supposed to, your yarn's supposed to tolerate. And then there's one, I don't know what this is. It's got a square with a circle in it with a polka dot. And I don't know what that means. Let's see. There's some kind of legend that lets us know what all these things supposed to mean. You know, it's like, I know the iron one, you know, it's got the iron and it's got a X over it. Don't do the iron on it. I know that one. But I don't know what that one is right there. You see it? I guess I could ask Google. They'd let me know, but I didn't know. But anyway. All right, we're going back to our label. Now, one thing, as long as I've been crocheting, you know, and I was taught back in the day. I'm not even go back that far. But skeins were different than they are now. 50 skeins are different. Well, they're not really different, but they are. The skeins of yarn that was used then and skeins of yarn that we use now. And when they started making these skeins like these commercial ones, if no one ever told you, you wouldn't know to pull from both ends to get your inside yarn to pull to work from the inside so it doesn't tumble around your skein, while you're crocheting. It just pulls it from the inside, which is really smooth. I think it's very, very smooth. And I noticed that this one has it on it. Can you see? Look here. See? A, B right there. A and B. It's where you pull from both, from one end to the other. And when they first came out, people were having trouble with that. Because, they just rewind all their skeins into balls and then they put them in a bowl. And didn't work that way, or put it in a box or whatever, kept it where it would roll. But then when they came out with this, the nice thing about it is it didn't roll. You could just, you could put 4 or 5 skeins in a box and poke holes and pull each one, and they'd never mess up because they wouldn't move in that box. You just worked whichever color. Or if you had like 4 colors, you're doing granny squares or something, that are different colors. And it was very, very easy. So the invention of the new skeins was quite exciting. I think the knitters were the ones that really jumped on this, because most yarn that knitters used were a wool base yarn, and it was hand dyed and beautiful, beautiful silks and just all kinds of beautiful yarns. But the crocheters, we kept going to the buy side, because they were making little dresses for dolls or doilies. Everybody was making doilies. Of course, that's been since the Victorian time, Queen Victoria did doilies. And I remember my first doily. Oh, it was a beautiful doily. Oh, I was so proud of that. And, it had green leaves on it, and it was about this big, and it sat on my coffee table. And I was so proud of that. So proud of that. Of course, all the shawls we wore, I like that. Okay, no, stop, Barbara. Stop. Okay, so I thought, well, I'll explore these a little more, since sometimes somebody said on one of the comments, says, give me a box and I'll open it up and find all kinds of things, Well, that's the way I felt when I was looking at these, because I save these labels. For what reason? Initially I started saving these labels because I want to make sure of the dye lots. When you're working with the same kind, you run out, you know what I'm talking about, dye lots. So, now, of course, some of this is, you can't find these dye lots, not unless you go to, sometimes you can find someone that has some yarn that their mama left or something, and they're, at your estate sale or rummage sale, and all of a sudden there's your yarn you're looking for. But I also found that if you go on YouTube or Facebook and you ask someone, do you happen to have that lot from whatever, and you'd be surprised how many people do, and they know where it is. Now that's a crocheter, a knitter, and a yarn master, isn't it? When they know where I couldn't tell you all the yarns I've got here. So anyway, then I noticed see if there was anything else that I didn't know, and I thought, I need to look up these signs. Now, Caron, this is 2011. Okay, here's one I saved, not because I just thought it was so pretty. Isn't that pretty? But I was surprised you don't have the patterns anymore. Not many, I'll say some do. But, and I like the picture on the front of the yarn. I said, oh, that's pretty. I'm going to buy that color. And I'm going to make that. And then I find that they've got all this written up. You know, it has how to wash it in several languages. Let's see. Yeah. And then it says, visit kron.com. So I decided I'd go out to krob.com. And I said, see if I can find this pattern. And so I kept looking at here, and it says free patterns. Kron, Simply Soft, free patterns, patrons, gracias. Oh, that's the languages. I thought I was pronouncing something I should know. So anyway, so I'm looking at this, and I said, you know, I don't see the name of that item that's on the front there. And that's the reason I bought that yarn. So I decided I'll call them. So I call them, and the lady answers. It's so sweet, you know, and she says, yes, so-and-so will talk to you about that, or so-and-so, or I'll take your name. I called her 3 times, but anyway. And they said they would call me back. But she kept saying, check the website, www.kron.com, and look for that pattern. So, you know, I'm not really computer wise. I have a computer. I don't really have well, anyway, it doesn't matter. And so I went out there to find this pattern. I had a worse time trying to find a pattern. Oh, I did find that pattern on Premiere. I did. And I got it through Cinnamon Stitches. Yeah. I found it on hers. When I went to her YouTube, in the footnotes or the description, it had the link. So I just linked it in there and found what I needed to find. But then I had the pattern. I downloaded it, had to figure out where it was when after I downloaded it. I don't have a printer or anything. But anyway, that's my problem, not yours. But anyway, so I was in hot pursuit of this, and still I am. Although I think I might use the yarn for something else. But that was one of my essential reasons I did that. But I find this one is Premiere. And again, they've got, you know, it says Chunky Serenity is all it says on this pattern. North Carolina color. But I mean, I can't find. So again, I think I finally figured out how to do. If I want to find this one, I will be, because I found the sweater I was going to make. Anyway, I've got lots of labels, and all of a sudden I'm addictive, an addict of labels. That's what I am. And I'm, you know, like this one here says, subscribe, crochet today online, saving vouchers. Subscribe today for Crochet Today and receive 6 issues 1 year for $19.95. It's like getting 3 issues free. And then it says your best subscription deal, head to www.crochettoday.com schemes. Now this is on this one for Red Heart. I'm trying to figure out what year. And 2011? Yeah. Did you know, and you probably knew this, I didn't know that, but Coates and Clark out of South Carolina. I didn't know they were in South Carolina. Or anyway, I think that it just says that's where they are. It doesn't say what they do there. But anyway, that's not any of my business, I guess. But, yeah, I'm sort of addicted to reading them now. Well, I think I'll put them away because I think I've said all can say and want to say today about labels, because I might talk forever and we really didn't know anything. But the reason I got these labels out, because I collect them and I usually get the patterns off the back and put them in this folder. My sister gave me a blue notebook with see-through pages in it where you can just put these in, want to look and see if there's any new patterns that I haven't seen on YouTube or something that I've made before. And I said, I like that, or where's that pattern? But anyway, that's what I'm going to do today. No, maybe not. I don't know. I was making a list of things I wanted to do today. You make lists and never finish them? Well, count me in on that. But anyway, I'm going to let you go. Remember, you're special. You are special to me. And God has you in His hands. And pray for Mother Earth. And keep those hooks or that yarn a-flowing, because it's so comforting. I'm glad I learned when I was a little girl. Never too late to learn. But it has given me a steadfast hobby all my life. And now that I'm a handicapped person, it has just came to be part of who I am all my life. But anyway, visit Mema. Subscribe, like, and share, and ring the little bell. I didn't know you could ring a little bell until the other day. I heard a girl, Woodshed, I think her name was, and she says, and ring the bell. I said, what? Why do you want to ring the bell? And then I checked it out. Anyway, I'm a little slow. By the way, bye. See you tomorrow.